Well, Preecy, I guess it's welcome back from me. And tonight under the lights at Euxton Villa, a 1-0 defeat, but result aside, another just good workout in the legs overall.
Yeah, it was these games we do use to have a look at a few trialists, get a few minutes into some of the lads who need it, maybe off the back of last year, and or getting them ready for the Wigan game and those sort of games. So yeah, it was really good, a really good workout. You can see how Euxton improving over the years. Can see why they got promoted last year, and it was a good test, and you need that, because then it shows you where some players are at, and it makes it easier to make decisions, whether they're positives or negatives. But there's no negatives for these lads when they get to this stage in pre-season and they're still with us and playing in these games. They've done well. So yeah, it was a really good workout. Again, no injuries, which is important. And some of our lads are strip a little bit fitter, and we know a little bit more now where we are with one or two of the trialists.
As I mentioned to Ando, in the first two games, a kind of a mix of, as you say, trialists, youth players, but important to remember that the first team was pretty much, we're all here tonight, all training, all working hard, and as you say, just aiming for that Wigan game.
Yeah, it's just trying to get us up to a level to play in that game. Obviously, it can be a little bit early, but I think we'll have got enough into the lads for that game on Saturday. So yeah, look, I'm just so pleased to have got so many signed up, because no one can underestimate how difficult a job that is. And you look around at some of the clubs who've lost players, and that has been us over previous seasons. It's been really difficult, and it's hard. It's even it's hard now. Put so much work in talking to players and convincing them to stay here, when really quite a few of them could go off for bigger money. There's no doubt about that. So I'm pleased that I've convinced pretty much everybody to stay, and we're in a good position, and I'm really pleased with that. And the way the lads trained tonight, they were really sharp, really strong, looked fit, and the spirit was really good. So I think we're in a good place at this minute in time. We've got to get through pre-season, but we still need to strengthen.
When we spoke a few weeks ago, the talk then was obviously while players were re-signing and were committing. Now, like you say, you've got over 15 players who've decided that Chorley's the place for them, and I guess that's just a testament to yourself, the staff and the group that we've got here, that we are building something here.
Yeah, look, there's got to be something to keep these lads here, and fortunately, we've got that. Now it's, you look at what we've got, and you had a couple of younger lads, Noel and Sonny, who've been superb in pre-season. They've been great, and Ben Layton's another one who's come in pre-season again, who's come through at our academy. He's been outstanding. He's done really well. It was great tonight. So we've probably got 18, 19 players. We don't need that many. We don't need that many more. So we need to get the right ones. We've tried to get one or two, but like I said, the market's it's way above what we can afford at this minute in time. So like I said, we're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to wait. We won't bring players in for the sake of it. They've got to add and improve us. And they've got to fit into our budget. But I'm hopeful that we'll have at least one, maybe a couple before the weekend. So that's good news. But like I said, if I had to go with what I've got, it wouldn't overly worry me. But we do need to add.